Hey guys, hey guys, we're live. So today's kitchen collaboration is going to be just a little bit different. Say hi, Monty.
Hi guys.
We are waiting on Sheila. She'll be on in just a second, but we're definitely going to do our brunch like we've been doing. I just wanted to give everybody just a second to hop on here, and then we have Christina Slaughter is going to be joining us this morning just to talk a little bit about self-care as we navigate through this strange time. So we're having a little technical difficulties, but that will give you all a little bit of time to come in and join us. We've missed you the last couple weeks for those of you who have already joined. I'm sporting my afro today. It's out of control, but that's okay. I'll wash it here in a minute. Miss Sheila will be back here. Oh, there she is. Hey, Sheila.
Hello there.
We're live. I'm telling them we're just getting, Christina's having a little technical difficulty, but that's okay.
Right.
We're getting a little behind the scenes today.
Yes. It's like, woo.
You know what? But listen, we made it. Okay?
Yay.
And that's the beautiful part. We
Absolutely. Especially with all that is going on.
Right. Right. The last couple of weeks have been a week.
Yeah.
Or two or a day. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Okay, Mom. So the camera's a little bit moved, so then you can
see it. Is a lot, Chef.
Please don't. I know it's a lot. It's a lot, but that's okay. Why do you always have something beautiful in your glass? And I always seem to miss the mark on the drink part.
Well, this is the Aldi brand sparkling water. You know, they have LaCroix, and then they got their brand next to it. This is the Aldi brand. I think it's called Vive or something like that. And this is the passion fruit. And I went out to my gangsta garden and picked some mint and put in there, and I had some fruit left from the other day. And yeah.
Beautiful. It looks like Christina's here and ready. So I'm going to add her to our stream.
Okay.
Hey, beautiful.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Good morning.
All across the board, but we made it. We made it. So I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to come on. Sheila and I have been doing this every week for the past, 4 weeks? But we skipped last week because it was just too much. Yeah. And then we were like, you know what? We can't skip another week. So maybe in the process of this cooking, we can talk about how to deal with the too much. Yeah. Because, I mean, my children are affected. I'm affected. Yeah. They're all, it's a lot. So I thought of you. I know that you've just started your own practice. Congratulations. Please
Thank you so much.
All your information in the details so everybody knows how to contact you if they need to for some one-on-one type of work.
Okay, I will do that. Well, first, let me just thank you both for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me to the conversation. I do have my kids in the background, so I hope that that doesn't bother you.
It is quite all right. She will be in and out of the screen. Just ignore her.
The only reason you don't hear no kids over here is because I'm an empty nester. But if my grandson was here, he would be all in this space.
Well, you're absolutely right, Shanita. So I'm a licensed therapist, and I practice in the state of Missouri. I've been practicing for a while, working at a nonprofit organization, but just recently started my own private practice. So I'm really excited about that, about having the opportunity to intentionally focus on healing and partnering with people who look like me in the community who might not otherwise have the opportunity to take advantage of therapy. So that's really one of my goals for my practice. And when you reached out to me to talk about like things we can do to help ourselves just feel better and stay sane, I thought, I would love to talk a little bit about that. I mean, I do have a few tips, and these are tips that I've been sharing with my friends and my family, and practicing myself and reminding myself every day, because it's a constant work that we have to do. So, do you want me to just get right into that, or do
Yeah,
you have
go
like
for it. If
questions
I
for
have
me?
any questions, I'll ask them. And if guests are watching and they have a question, it'll pop up. I'll pop it up at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. And is my connection okay? Like, am I
Yes. It's great.
Okay.
When they have a question, it'll pop up. I'll pop it up at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. And is my connection okay?
Oh, we're getting some feedback. Here we go. Is that better?
Yeah, I could just hear that. I didn't know if that was me. All right.
Here we go.
So, I think one of the first things that I always try to encourage, I was just talking to my mom about this last night, is just to try to feel your feelings. This is a hard thing for us to do, especially when the feelings are uncomfortable. Like, we are having a lot of feelings right now, some strong ones of anger, sadness, frustration. Sometimes it's hopelessness. But the biggest thing I think that actually helps, this doesn't, I'm sure, when I say this to people, their face usually goes, I ain't trying to do that. I know. But it's really helpful to actually give yourself some space to feel and acknowledge your feelings. Do not try to run away from them, because we do this. Like, we run away and try to, really mute our feelings, but they come back and catch up with us when we're least expecting it. And so if you can be intentional about feeling your feelings and validating them, naming them, it actually helps in releasing them from your body. So one of the things that I think is important for us to know is that our emotions and our feelings are tied to our physical bodies and our physical health. And if we are not really attending to our feelings, those feelings will manifest, stay in our body, and show up as chronic pain, will show up as high blood pressure. They will show up as migraines. They show up in a lot of different ways in our bodies. And so it's really important for us to actually feel our feelings, verbalize them, acknowledge them, validate them, because they're important. Not try to just push them away because they're hard to deal with. And then try to connect to your body when you're feeling your feelings. As you're sitting there and you're like, I'm so angry right now, it's a good thing to ask yourself, where do I feel this anger in my body? Like, where is it? And that way you can attend to the part of yourself that needs you the most. So many of us are moms, we're partners, we're friends, and everyone around us needs us, but we need us too. And so we have to really try to take care of our physical bodies by paying attention to our emotional needs.
Very good.
The cool thing about this practice is that, it's actually not easy to do initially if you don't do it all the time. But the more you do it and the more you practice it, you will become really in tune with your body, and your body will tell you exactly what it needs. Sometimes it's like, hey, we need a nap.
The last couple days, mine has said lay down. And
yep,
I'm like,
it might
okay.
say lay down, it'll tell you. So the more you practice paying attention to it and acknowledging your feelings, your body will tell you what you need. And that also helps in continuing to relate to other people in an empathetic way. So when we're watching everything that's going on and we're angry, it's hard to respond to your loved ones with patience and empathy. I know I've been experiencing that. And then as a therapist, I might beat up on myself because I'm like, I have a 13-year-old and he's just like, hey, mom, hey, mom, hey, mom. And I'm like, hey, I cannot do that right now. I cannot. If you hey, mom me one more time. But, he's trying to deal because he's seeing it and he knows.
Yeah.
And I'm his safe place. So I can't shut down his hey moms because I'm angry and I'm frustrated. So I really have to spend time dealing with my own feelings so that I can continue to relate to my loved ones with love and empathy and the patience that they need to. The other suggestion that I've been giving people is to lean on our community. You know, we all have someone typically that we can talk to and vent and cry with or whatever it is that we need to do. And so leaning on our community when we need it is really important. Right now is not the time to not reach out to the people that you feel safe with and say, hey, are you in a good space for me to talk to you for a couple minutes? Or, is this a good time? Could you handle me venting real quick? Or,
well, that's good to ask, because I think sometimes people just call you and unload on you. You're like, wait, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready.
Really, asking is the best thing, because if you do that, they may be like, girl, no, I can't right now. I can't. So, then too, because they will, if they're not ready, they're not going to give you the empathetic response you need, and you're not going to get your needs met. And so then it will be like, I just did this and it wasn't even helpful. I don't even feel better. So
I feel worse.
Exactly. So leaning on your community is helpful. My friends, we're going to have a Zoom talk tonight, and try to cuss our anger away probably on the Zoom. And sometimes you need to do that, with your people.
Right.
So the other tip that I've been giving people is just to take breaks when needed. I applaud y'all for taking a break last week. And when you knew that you were overwhelmed and it was too much, you listened to yourself and you honored your needs. And that should be celebrated. That is important when you care for yourself in that way. That's a radical act of self-love.
Uh-oh, we got feedback. Uh-oh.
Break.
Uh-oh, it's doing something.
People feel
right
really guilty.
Hold on, Christina. We can't hear you. Okay, let's bring her back. Uh-oh.
I wonder.
Look, she was getting good. Now technology's like, oh no, y'all can't get this good information.
It looks like she's maybe trying to come back in.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, you're back.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm not sure what the last thing you guys heard me say was, but
I don't remember.
Hey back there. Sorry. So I was talking about taking breaks without feeling guilty. So really trying to give yourself a break when you feel that that's what you need, acknowledging that and honoring that without feeling guilty. We all typically have that should voice that's in our head that tells us, well, you should be, you should do all this laundry, or you should do this, or you should do that. We're dealing with some heavy stuff right now. And so the should voice needs to take a back seat and take a break. So taking a break could be from whatever. It could also be from all the phone calls or the texts that you get. That might be too much. It may be, I've got a lot of ally calls this week asking me, what can I do? And I'm so sorry. And, so acknowledging the intentions, but I just couldn't handle anymore after a while. And so I needed to take a little break from that. And that's okay. So honoring when you need breaks. And then lastly, just being intentional with your time and with yourself. We've just recently decided that we were going to have some days where we don't look at the media. We don't look at the news. We don't look at anything about what's going on. And we play some games. We just replace that with doing some fun things. And that's helped. That's really helped quite a bit. And whatever that is for you, you have to be intentional about saying, okay, I think this is going to help me feel better. I'm going to commit to doing that. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. But being really intentional about how we spend our time. You know, I can imagine that cooking sometimes feels like a wonderful stress reliever for you, and then other times it might not. Other times it might
it's
stress
like,
you out.
yeah, I'm not feeling it. That's what I said last week. I was like, I'm not feeling very cookie today. She was like, you know, I'm not either. I said, we're not doing it. Because when I cook in a space of not feeling very cookie, it's never been my best work ever. Always trash.
I totally agree. It is definitely a form of therapy for me. But if my head isn't there, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then end up wasting food and good ingredients, and then you're like, really, I should have just not done it.
I could have Uber Eats because this is garbage, and now I have to Uber Eats anyway because I don't want to eat this that I just made.
Yeah.
So I think those are some of the most helpful and doable things that we might all be able to put into practice that are, I'm not going to say they're easy, you know, but I think that they are definitely attemptable and probably more doable than some other things. So, I hope that's helpful.
It is. We just want to provide any kind of tips. And so people are used to us just getting on and cooking and chit chatting. But I think that this is also a time where we can still cook and chit chat, but also allow people another opportunity to experience something that in our community is not something that we would typically lean to. We don't typically think, oh, I'm going to talk to a therapist. So if this is a nice, gentle way to introduce that idea to somebody, then Sheila and I are all for it. Because this is a marathon, people, not a sprint. And if we think that, you know, that a few riots for a couple of weeks is going to be the end of this, it's not. It's really just beginning. And if we're going to manage to make it for the long haul, we got to take care of ourselves. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we have to take care of ourselves. So
absolutely.
Thank you for coming. And
thank you so much.
At the last minute, please go back on when you get off and put all of your information in the comments because these stay. And when people go back and watch it, then they'll be able to see all the information if they want to contact you just to do some one-on-one work. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well,
That's
you.
awesome. I wanted to say one thing before you got off is when you talked about how, you know, the stressors and when we're not taking care of ourselves, it spills over into our physical health. I remember watching a TED Talk with the two amazing sisters who started Girl Trek.
Oh, yeah.
And they made that exact correlation, how systematic oppression leads to heart disease. And they were in particularly talking about Black women. And I live with a very rare type of lymphoma that's called cutaneous T-cell lymphoma. Now, my doctors, of course, say, Sheila, it's environmental. Well, I know myself. I know it was stress that broke the immune system down that allowed this to even come in. And so I don't think we really understand or make the correlation between that. And it's so critical. I mean, in every community, but we're talking about our community today. And so, especially in our community and as Black women, we have a tendency to carry the weight of our culture on our shoulders. And so we have to figure out a way, you know, to take care of ourselves because it don't look like that's changing. We carry the weight, we always have. And so, but how do we take care of ourselves and make sure that we're okay so that we don't, you know, usher in hypertension and diet, you know, all of those things that are directly linked to it, you know? So hearing you say that is, I think, phenomenal because we need to really understand that there is a correlation with that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You know, I think our community is one of the groups that probably does not have as much access or information to mental health care. And, you know, there are lots of statistics about health disparities and how we are, you know, we have higher rates of so many health issues.
Yes.
But we are probably the group that accesses mental health care the least. And not, I am not someone, although I'm a therapist, I'm not someone that thinks that healing has to take place only with a therapist. I firmly believe that we are built to heal ourselves. But I think that access to understanding how to do that is what facilitates that. So it doesn't have to be with a therapist, but I do think that the more our community can learn to sit with our feelings, validate them, be okay with them, and then connect with our bodies, we're going to be, accelerating the rate of healing for ourselves when we do that. So
I like that. Accelerating the rate of healing for ourselves. I love that. Yes. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. We really, really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
She's in the kitchen now.
I had to switch locations.
You're in the kitchen. Well, I'm gonna post all my information in the comments, like you said. And
please,
if there were any parts that cut out as people are watching, if there were parts that cut out and they didn't hear everything I said and there are questions, I encourage people to reach out to me and dialogue with me, because I'm open to that. I am very open to people reaching out and having these conversations. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Saturday.
You too. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. All right, Miss Sheila.
All right. What you cooking today?
Tell us what you're working with today.
Okay, so I am working with frittatas. So
yummy.
It's like, what do I have in my kitchen to cook? So I got some brown eggs. I took take my ingredients. I had one bunch of collard greens left, so I sauteed those collard greens. Chopped up half of a red bell pepper, half of an orange pepper, a little bit of onion, some cheese, and some andouille sausage.
Yes, that all sounds so delicious.
And made like individual little frittatas. No crust. I'm trying to, watch my carbs, y'all. It's hard for you, girl, over here.
I'm not helping out today because I'm making French toast and duck fat potatoes.
And eggs.
And the egg queen over here. She's going to make egg for us. So, hey, while you're getting your stuff together, I'm going to start the duck fat potatoes.
Okay.
So they can cook up. So,
okay.
I showed this, and I got this from the store.
Okay.
And it's duck fat, and it's already been rendered, and they've kind of filtered it out, so it's all the good parts.
Nice.
Great. Now watch me not be able to open it.
Because my brother isn't here.
Right, because my son's not here to do the opening for me.
Open it for you. I love it.
So I got my trusty cast iron skillet, and I'm going to put just enough of that duck fat in there to coat the bottom.
Yes. You need to coat the bottom. You need to cut a little bit, a lot, and so then it can get.
So we're going to put our potatoes on while we watch you put your
Okay, perfect. So I've got 6 eggs, and these are brown eggs. You guys, you can use whatever you like. So I'm going to start getting those cracking. So, and I'm not a big egg person, but this is one way that I can get in eggs from time to time. And because I'm not a big egg person, I do buy those, those Eggland eggs. Or if I can find a local farmer, I would love to get my eggs from a local farmer.
You said eggless eggs?
Eggland, that brand called
Eggland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I put the 6 eggs in here, and I'm just going to start whisking. So you just kind of whisk all this together. And put
you know what? While you're whisking your eggs, I'm going to have Monty start making her French toast filling.
Okay. Look at you, girl.
I'm gonna put 3 eggs in here.
So I'm going to put 3 eggs. Here are the eggs. We have chicken eggs. I'm not cracking eggs too. Sometimes I got a little bit of shell.
Try not to.
I'm trying.
I know it's hard.
So Chef Shanita, we're gonna have some French toast and some potatoes over there.
Yes. So my son actually came up with this way to make the French toast. So I don't put any sweetener in the mix because what he showed me how to do is we make the mix and we're going to brown the French toast, and then we put brown sugar over the top and broil it.
Okay.
Yes. And then you don't even need any syrup. It's perfect just like that.
Oh my goodness.
So now I'm going to mix these eggs.
I was going to do the Nutter Butter French toast, but she doesn't like peanut butter. I mean, and that is just all peanut butter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, what you got? Oh, she's getting those.
So I'm just gonna put a little bit of milk in the batter.
What else do I need?
Just a little bit.
I need some milk.
Now, Chef, I don't know. I put milk in the batter because that's what I saw my mama do. I don't know if that makes the egg fluffier. Can you give us some insight on the why?
So Julia Child says that makes the eggs fluffier, and my grandfather, he would either put a little bit of milk or a little bit of water. I think the water adds probably it's adding a little bit more liquid, I think, and that's what's helping create that steam, so it poofs up.
Okay.
And I think that steam is making air.
Okay.
It's like you need a different bowl.
No, this is good. You just gotta be careful when you mix it.
I don't really fast mixing it.
Okay, don't mix fast with this. Then you gotta put your cinnamon in there.
I'm gonna put a lot of cinnamon.
Got that egg batter going.
And then don't forget to put a little bit of nutmeg in there.
What y'all out there eating today? Y'all getting ready for brunch, lunch, Kansas City, or wherever you are? What y'all eating?
I know. I'm trying to look at the chat too and see what people are doing.
Right. So do you want me to go ahead and add my ingredients?
Yeah, go ahead. We're good.
Okay. So I've got orange bell peppers. I've got red bell peppers.
I like red and orange better than green. I think green peppers have a takeover spirit, and they just get in there and they just do too much.
Yes. I've got some onion, a little bit of onion I'm gonna put in there.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I got some chopped collard greens that I sauteed. That's gonna go in there.
I thought I heard you say something about some collard greens, Sheila.
Yeah, some collard greens, a little bit of cheese. Can't have a frittata without cheese. And the last thing I'm gonna put in is sausage. So I'm all about trying to build my pantry with products made by African Americans.
Oh, I love that. You know what? Let's work on this week. We're going to make a list.
Yes.
We can post it on our pages so people know if you want to buy products to cook at home from other African American businesses.
Spices, sausage. So this sausage is, there's a guy who lives in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and he's the sausage man, and he makes these wonderful sausages. So today I am using a little bit of andouille sausage in my frittata.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yes, and so it's a little bit of, his name is Jerry Lawrence, Artesian Sausages, and I put just a little bit of andouille in there, and we got it all mixed up, and then we're going to pour it into little bites into a muffin pan.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah. And so then you have bite-sized frittatas. As you can see, there's the ones I've already cooked. So
Oh, right. And then you're kind of like meal prepping, right? You can have these throughout the rest of the week.
yes, absolutely you can. Absolutely.
Whoa. Whoa. So I got a spatula instead tonight because the whisk wasn't working.
So our potatoes are doing good, and we're gonna start cooking this French toast while your frittata's ready to go in the oven.
Yeah, they're ready to go in the oven, and I didn't bring my cooking spray over here, so I won't put them in the pan until after we're done. But I'm gonna pull one of these out and taste it.
Gonna put the bread in there.
And then while you're tasting that, tell us about this drink you made. We talked about it
Oh, okay,
off camera.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So here's my frittata. Looks like a little individual size.
That looks so good.
Oh my God.
I'm using brioche, but you know, back in the day, we used Texas toast. So do whatever you do.
Yes, I love brioche. That's what, when I make French toast, that's what I use too.
But I'm just saying, if you're in a space where brioche is not available, Texas toast is always appropriate.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this
That's fire, y'all.
That sounds so good. Okay, so what's this drink, girl? Because it looks so good.
Okay, so the drink is, I'm gonna grab one of the cans real quick.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the Aldi brand. Like when I go to Aldi's, they got LaCroix, and then they have this brand. And this is Bellevue sparkling water, and it's passion fruit.
Okay.
And so this drink has passion fruit in it, this sparkling water, and it's got some mixed berries. And I went out into my garden and just pinched off a sprig of mint and put it in there. It's delicious. It is really good, y'all. Now, it is brunch time, so if you wanted to sparkle it up, you could probably put some wine in there or whatever, or a shot of something, and make it your brunch cocktail.
It looks very refreshing.
It is very good. It really is.
All right, I'm going to put a couple more pieces on here, and then we're going to sprinkle this with the brown sugar and get them in the oven to broil.
Okay.
Okay, another batch. Wait, it smells good. It smells like a roasted marshmallow.
It does smell like roasted marshmallows.
I actually never went that way before. Have you, Mommy?
Yes.
So, Chef, thank you so much for getting us some more fresh produce.
Oh, you're welcome. I know we had a lot of people this week, so I was hoping we could have brought more, but I'm thinking if we do it every other week, I may just go ahead and have them include enough just to bring there.
That's awesome. So for those of you guys who don't know, Chef Shanita and Liberty Fruit, Urbanly, is it Canby's Market?
Yes.
So they get together and they provide fresh produce to the community. And so I serve a community here in the historic Jazz District area, senior citizens. It's called, it's a property called Vine Street Manor. It is owned by Bethel AME Church. And so to have Chef Shanita and the people from the Urban League come and give produce, shout out to Liberty Fruit, Canby's Market, and all of those people who help make this happen, because it is definitely a need. I saw something, Jack, and I think I got this from you, that during this pandemic, there has been a 39% increase in food insecurity.
Yep.
That's huge, y'all. And so
people have to understand that
of life. And so feeling that need and working to help ensure that, you know, senior citizens have, and not just senior citizens, but people in our community, period, have food. It's critical. And I can't even begin to thank you enough for, you know, for helping us in that capacity, and not just us, but our entire community. My residents are absolutely, they love it. So once this COVID is all over, we're going to have some sort of little meet and greet or something. So you all can come in and they can show you how much they appreciate all the work that you guys are doing to help them out.
Okay.
And maybe you can even do a cooking show for them.
Oh, that would be so fun. I would love that. And people have to understand too that food insecure does not mean that they can't. It doesn't mean it. What it's talking to is the availability. So, like where I live, I don't have to go more than 3 miles to find a grocery store giving me quality fresh fruits and vegetables.
Right.
In the areas that they deem food deserts, or where people are dealing with insecurity, they have to travel great lengths.
Yes.
To find food.
Yes.
And at times they're dealing with public transportation issues and other mitigating factors that really make it difficult for them to go get their food. So while that's broiling, Sheila, we're going to let the queen of scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Wait, it's going to burn.
Hold on. There you go. Put it in there.
It's burning.
It's not burning. I turned it off. It's okay. Put your other eggs in. You got it. I'll help you. We're using the brown eggs.
Here you go. You see the sous chef in the background. You guys make sure you go and check out Monty. What's it? Monty TV on Instagram.
Monty TV. There you go. Scoot over.
There we go. You guys make sure you go out and like her page. And, you know, give her some love, y'all. She's one of ours. And so it's up to us, you know, to encourage her and inspire her to go after her dreams. So y'all go out there and show her some love.
And one more thing. When we get my YouTube channel together, watch my videos and subscribe.
I love it. Hey, Era, how are you? Or Tina, I always call her Tina. Over, you know, in corporate they call her Era, but I know her as Tina McGee. Mwah. Much love to you, sweetie.
I am not.
All right,
what's going on? How are you today?
Potatoes are done.
In the kitchen with Chef Shanita and Monty, and then Sheila over here. I just stepped you guys through how to make a frittata. The frittata had collard greens, sausage, cheese, red bell peppers, orange bell peppers, and a little bit of onion, y'all. They were absolutely fabulous. And Chef Shanita, tell us what you got going on over there.
We made some duck fat fingerling potatoes, and I just put a little truffle salt on them. I'm going to add some black pepper. And then I did a broiled French toast. And Monty did her yummy scrambled eggs.
Nice.
So we're having a little late breakfast lunch. The French toast is broiling now. So instead of adding the sugar, if you guys are just joining, instead of adding the sugar to the French toast mix, what we do is we add the brown sugar on top and then pop it under the broiler for a couple minutes, and it gets nice and caramelized.
I love it.
You know, I got this old janky apartment oven, so I gotta, you gotta maneuver that a little bit to make it do what it's supposed to do.
I understand.
Right. Right. So as we're moving into summer, I was thinking we could do a little session on, I'm getting ready to stock my refrigerator with just like salads and quick things that I can pull out in a moment's notice and make a meal.
Yes.
Because it's getting hot.
Yes.
We're like our grandmas. We
Yes.
are not going to be wanting to be turning on these ovens.
Right.
These stoves, heating up the house, driving up the light bill.
Exactly. I have started, this is my first week delivery. An African-American woman named Amber, her handle is called Farming by Amber.
Okay.
And so I've started doing a produce box. So I'll probably do it like every other week.
Nice.
And so like you, I'm trying to stock my refrigerator with fresh things, things that are, light and easy. And because we have to keep that in mind, when we're eating, we gotta, get those vegetables in. So she uses no pesticides, no, hormone stuff.
Oh, wow. That's good.
She naturally kills the bugs, and all of it. So I'm really excited to start this. So I will put her, and at some point she's going to be a guest on the show. And so I think it's great, that here we have a Black woman who you can order your fresh produce from. Look at that French toast. Oh my God, that looks amazing.
It doesn't need any syrup. I mean, if you like that, but I'm good with it just like this.
Nice.
And then I didn't crowd the pan, so you see my potatoes got nice and crisp.
Yes.
And she's gonna put her scrambled eggs over here.
Guys, guess what? Me and Mommy are
You have a little skillet with her scrambled eggs in it. I love it.
So I was gonna say too, as we commit to this movement, I am definitely going to be being a little bit more intentional about where I eat, where I spend my dollars. Like I said earlier in the chat, the protest is just phase one. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And so it's good for us to share ways that we can support other people of color.
Absolutely.
Specifically African-American people with businesses. And that's kind of where I start. I rank it with African-American first. And then because I'm a woman, I hit the women business next. If I can't find it in African-American, then I'm going to go find a woman. And then I look at all the other minority groups after.
Yes.
That's how I do it.
Yes.
Guys.
Yes.
And she has her picnic basket, so she's going to just show it. We're trying to go on a picnic later.
Oh, what you going to put in your picnic basket, Monty?
Girl, we don't know. Lunch.
It's cute. I love it.
Something. Well, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in with us this Saturday. We hope that we have inspired you to make a little brunch and spend a little bit of time taking care of yourself today and this weekend. Yeah. And we will see you guys next week, back on Thursday.
Yeah.
With something good. We'll figure it out this week.
We'll figure it out. Peace out. Thank you, Chef.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I did it.
I would be able to end it if